it's your girl, JKellz. So what I'm cooking today on Cooking with JKellz is shrimp and chicken pasta with fettuccine noodles. And I am also making not so scampi, spicy scampi sauce to go with it because I want this pasta, normally I like it nice and saucy, but this one, I just want the noodles to have such a great flavor and light sauce. So I have my hot water on the stove. Let's have some fun. Let's cook. All right, so to start, I already have the water in the bag boiling. I put a little sea salt inside. I'm gonna add a little olive oil. Inside of my saucepan, I'm going to put some olive oil in. I'm going to saute the vegetables first because in a seasonings pan, we have our red bell pepper, we have our green bell pepper, as well as some onions. And we're just going to go ahead and add these. I'm going to add a tablespoon of fresh garlic as well. I'm going to add just a tad bit of some adobo and black pepper, just to season them lightly. We're not going to cook them all the way. We're just going to let them cook about halfway. The pasta as well. We're only going to cook the pasta. It's going to be al dente. We'll take it off, put it in a little ice bath, and again, we'll add the pasta to the dish. Just keep watching. Just keep watching. They're half cooked. I'm going to take them out and put them back into the bowl. And I'm going to add the chicken directly into this pan. It's okay if you don't grab them all. Okay, so next we have the chicken. Just going to go ahead and add the chicken again directly into the pan. Black pepper. Coriander. Sorry guys, the coriander. I add a tad bit of ground ginger. Smoked paprika. Stir it all together. And this is where it gets fun, guys. I have some Goya Sazon. I want to add Sazon for a little color. Plus, I just like to say Sazon. Or do I like to say Goya more? I don't know. What you think, Tank? Yeah. All right, we're going to sprinkle that baby on there so we can get some nice color on the chicken. I didn't use the whole pack. I used about half the pack. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Okay. And we're going to let this chicken cook thoroughly. You can't say that don't look good. Oh, my gosh. I'll eat it raw. I'm just joking. Our pot is boiling. We'll go ahead and add our noodles. It's always one rebellious little one. Ugh. Go ahead and add our cooked chicken out. We can take it out and put it back inside of the bowl. That baby, oh my Lord, juicy. It's so, can you see the juice? Can you see the juice? Okay, we're going to go ahead and do. We're going to leave that sauce in the pan. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. And just like everything else, I'm going to go ahead and stir that olive oil in and get a nice coating around the pan before I add the shrimp. And now we will add our shrimp. I'm not going to do much to the shrimp. I have some sea salt here. I'm going to sprinkle it lightly with the sea salt because don't forget we do already still have the seasoning from the chicken inside of that pan as well as that Sazon in there. Alright, go ahead and add some black pepper. We're going to also add a little Italian seasoning. These noodles over here speaking to us, y'all. Go ahead and get it all in there. Beautiful, beautiful. Rinse off my spoon here, and we're going to stir it around, get the seasoning all over the shrimp as well. This pan is seasoned nice. We don't have to do too much with the shrimp. See that Sazon giving it some nice color. Okay, and we're going to add just a tad little shake of my Creole seasoning on the shrimp here. Not much, but just enough. And stir that around. Let these shrimp cook nice for us. All right, so the shrimp are done. We're gonna go ahead and do the same. Grab our tongs and take the shrimp out. Beautiful, look at that baby. Ooh, yes. Noodles look good. Yes, they're nice and al dente. We're gonna go ahead and take the noodles out now before we start the kale. This pan, I did go ahead and wash it out so we can cook the kale on it on a nice fresh pan. Alrighty, so this is al dente. Again, the pasta, when we're gonna put it in a slight ice bath and rinse it off. And then once we combine it all together, when it all simmers, the noodles will finish cooking. Alrighty, so now for the kale, we're gonna go ahead, add some olive oil back into our pan here. And we're just gonna add our kale directly in there and let it start sauteing down. Black pepper and a little paprika as well. Okay. Use a half a teaspoon of garlic. I know it cooks down. All right, the kale is done. We'll go ahead and take it out. And now we get to make the sauce. Yeah, baby. Time for the fun. Time for the action. So I did clean our saucepan out. I let it cool down as well because we do not want to burn the sauce. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to start with adding some olive oil into our pan here. I'm going to add our butter as well at this point. This is 1.5 tablespoons of butter. Okay. The rest of my fresh garlic. And some sriracha. I have smoked paprika. Go ahead and add that as well. A little chili powder. A little chipotle powder. Going to sort of open the cap and pour some Italian seasoning. Oregano, I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to pour a little bit. And I have crushed red peppers as well that I'm going to sprinkle. And now we can just go ahead and stir it all. Got the heat turned down so it can simmer all together. All the beautiful Cajunness. I also have some Italian parsley. Ready? Go ahead and add that baby in and stir it in together with everything. And sit and simmer. Alrighty, this sauce is like perfection now. Look at that. Nice Cajun, not so scampi Cajun spicy sauce. I'll figure out that name in a minute. So now what we're going to do from this point, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove the sauce from the heat. Going to add our pot back here. Turn it on simmer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a slight bit of olive oil in the bottom just to get a nice coating so the noodles don't stick. Before I add the noodles, what I am going to do is, let me see, I'm going to move the camera so y'all can see me. Alrighty, so with the noodles, they're out of the ice bath. I'm going to add a little olive oil on the noodles. My little tongs, I'm gonna stir that around. Because what I want to do is I want to go ahead and season these noodles lightly. Some sea salt. And black pepper. As well as, to go with the spiciness of everything, go with the theme, some smoked paprika. Okay, again, not too much, but a nice coating. So go ahead and mix the noodles together with the seasoning we added. Do a couple of flips, make a little mess. Oh gosh, look at that. Look at that, baby. I always season my noodles. Even if it's spaghetti, I'm going to put salt and pepper on my noodles. I don't just drain them and throw them in the pot. I always season my noodles. That's a nice trick. Don't overdo it. I mean, come on, don't overdo it. But lightly salt, lightly pepper. Especially with noodles, you do need to add salt to the noodles because noodles are bland. Alrighty. So, now, back to the pot. Alrighty, so the pot is heating up. I'm just going to take my tongs here. And I'm going to add some of our noodles. It's a layer thing from here. So with the noodles, after that, I'm going to add some of our veggies. Remember we cooked our veggies earlier. So we're going to go ahead and add them back to the pan. As well as our chicken. Go ahead and add some of our chicken back. We'll add more with the next layer. More of our shrimp. Or we'll add the shrimp. Some kale. Have our beautiful sauce that we made. I'm just going to stir it a little bit. And we're going to add some of our sauce a little. Okay. We'll add a little bit more as we go with the sauce. And we're just going to stir it all together. Yes, boy. Alrighty. And now let's go ahead and go with the next. Look at this goodness. And we'll go ahead and stir that in. We're just going to go ahead and let this simmer for about a good 5 to 10 minutes, just so everything can become one big happy family. All the seasonings and the sauce and everything can sort of set all together. Alrighty, and there we go. And this is how I make my chicken and shrimp not so scampi spicy pasta. I hope you like it. Follow this recipe, I know you will.